Hey, cousins. Hope all is well with you all. Everything is good with me. I just want to go ahead and give my flowers to all of you now for getting into my content, giving me the opportunity to speak my piece, even when it's not, all rah rah and all that stuff. Those are the best podcasts, if you ask me, where we just have just regular discussion, kind of like we're about to have now. Because I'm gonna do my best to keep it even killed. Okay. I think like I said, we get enough yelling and screaming in this space. So with that being said, I noticed folks been listening to me. Folks been listening to me, listening to my breakdown of what WWE is gonna look like in the next 3 to 5 years. My podcast on the abusive relationship between WWE and the fans. And all of this has culminated and solidified and vindicated me. Because what Paul, I'm gonna say his name right this time, Levesque has done down to that conference was nothing short of gaslighting and abuse. Now y'all probably like, God damn, girls just wrestling. Now it's always just. It's always just. But what he has done is he kind of gave some validity to them removing him eventually. Not in 18 months, but eventually. And I'm going to tell you why. There is one thing that the shareholders need to be in tip top shape, and that's the product. This is why advertising, um, let me see, consumers have to feel almost like it's a family. They have to feel like they're a part of something. The consumers have to have confidence in the products and things that are being marketed to them. Because when that's not happening, what happens? People get hurt, people feel bad, people get disillusioned, people check the fuck out, okay? Ron Killings. Now I'm gonna say this. This is my piece. This is where I'm at with it. I feel if you were going to let the man's contract expire, that's fine. There's a way to do things. The same way you allow Roman Reigns those years ago to come into the ring, lay down that title, and explain to us why he was going away for a while. And we all was able to empathize and rally around him because these companies do build para relationships with their fans. And because there's a relationship build, the company feels that it's okay to be abusive to the fans. In the beginning of WWE, it says then, now, forever together. You're literally building the family brand, and you're also abusing that brand and the people who feel like they're part of this family. You gave Roman Reigns the opportunity to come to us and say this is what's happening. You're giving John Cena the opportunity to do a whole farewell tour. And you didn't think it was gonna be smart to let R-Truth say goodbye to us? What happened into putting the boots in the middle of the ring or to making an announcement tonight? What happened to that? You let Kevin Owens come and announce that his neck ain't no good and he don't know what's going to happen. You let these people, and I can go on and on, explain to us that they were going away and that we should keep up, and we were able to say bye and give our closure. Had you allowed R-Truth to just do those simple things, we would not be here. R-Truth probably would have went on his way and moved on to whatever it is he was going to do. But because it was abrupt, unnecessary, confusion, everything was handled nasty. Everything was handled like, oh, we don't have no loyalty to our employees, our independent contractors. We don't have no loyalty to y'all either. This is a business. We're here to make money. We don't give a fuck about how you feel, who you're invested in. And that is the reason why we're here right now having this conversation. Paul Levinsky set his ass on that conference and said, with the smuggest of faces, looking tired and defeated, did you enjoy the show? It's all a part of the show. When what you should have said was, you know what? We got it wrong. We knew that Ron Killings, R-Truth, was loved. We didn't know he was loved like that. I didn't know it was like that. And you all corrected us and we stepped back and we did what we had to do and came to the table. And now Ron Killings is under his name, Ron Killings, and we're gonna see what we could do going forward. Enjoy the ride. Are you ready? Do all of that. No, you sat there and said it's a part of the business. It's a part of the show. How is this a part of anything? The one thing I don't like is to have my intelligence played with because I'm too smart for that. And I feel like a lot of times as a wrestling fan, you're made to feel like a dummy. Some of that dumb shit works for a lot of the fans. The ones who think that this is a work. Let me talk about the work thing and how I feel about that as a wrestling fan. I don't like to be worked. I don't like April Fools and I don't like to be worked. I like to be given a story with twists and turns. And I like to be pleasantly surprised and I like to pop and move on. When Ron Killen showed up, I did. I giggled. I screamed. When Naomi won, I screamed. I giggled. Those are so few and far in the fuck between that is sad, okay? AEW works their fans into a tizzy. I don't want to be worked, especially when it's stupid. We have a storyline that makes absolutely no fucking sense. And now you're telling me that this firing him, having him leave with other people, and everybody's reeling, and no one's in the loop, and all of this emotional roller coaster wreckage is a part of a story. What's the story? Anybody that believes that this is a work and is a part of the story, please get in the comments and explain to me the story. The story started with Dwayne coming to tell Cody that he should go ahead and get on the wild side and give him his soul. That moved on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then we had this explosive heel turn because Cody told Dwayne to go fuck himself. And so John Cena said, I'll do it. I'll do it. And then we'll have this other guy, fucking Travis Scott, who never showed back up. He gonna do it too. We sitting there like, wow, this is crazy. Dwayne said, I said that I ain't want nothing else to do with this because this ain't how I wanted to do it. So I told the guys, y'all go ahead and figure things out and I'm going to go chill. And ever since then, the shit has been in the toilet. No one has figured nothing out. So John Cena is running around blaming the fans for reasons unbeknownst to us. Unbeknownst to us, okay? You wanted to get with The Rock, didn't explain to us why, because both of you and The Rock are millionaires. Both of y'all have successful Hollywood careers. Like y'all have what you want. You got women, you got money. Like I don't understand what that turn was. Enter Ron Killings. Oh, I'm John Cena. John Cena is who I want to be when I grow up. It's gonna be a good time. I don't like how John Cena is being mean. That ain't him, and I'm gonna beat it into him. I'm gonna make sure that he becomes the man he's supposed to be. Okay, cool. And then Ron Killings is over there fucking around with JC Chazet and them, calling them brolic and big boned it. Okay. Then he backstage just mixing it up with everybody. Just everybody having a good time. He pumping up Jay Uso. Right? He making Sammy feel good. Shit. R-Truth was part of the goddamn Judgment Day. R-Truth literally did what Sami Zayn did for the Bloodline. Judgment Day was getting stale, getting a little bit hard around the edges. R-Truth came and cut the crust off and injected a little life into the Judgment Day. R-Truth was everything for everybody. And then he abruptly gets fired in the middle of the storyline. Everybody was riled up because he was down to the damn to the main event. Had a little bit of, a little zhuzh in the wrestling. And it turned out to be fun. Got him some merch and a shirt and everything. Everybody's on board. Everybody's on board. John Cena's playing into the story. We getting into the story. Oh, Ron Killings is going to make John Cena turn face, and it's going to be a good time for everybody. And then you abruptly fire him. And it's just like, what the fuck? And then you get your smug ass up there, and then you don't even take the L like a grown man. It just tells me that your ego and what everybody says and what I feel was right, and I was validated. Just like Bret Hart said, Paul Leviskay couldn't book his way out of a wet paper bag. He don't have a creative bone in his body. And what did I say about the higher ups? You know it's bad when you got to get the guys above you to get this to right the ship, because your ass is so hard-headed and dead set on kicking the fans in the ass. The word was pivot. That is what it was, Paul Leviskay. The fans were vocal. Let it be known. We said CM Punk. Well, y'all said CM Punk for 10 motherfucking years, okay? Y'all was going to say, we want truth for 10 years if it was going to be that. Okay? The fans hijack your show. We want truth. We want truth. Now, John Cena took control of that. That was a good little thing he did. It was cute. But it is what it is. You didn't give people closure. Now, what Paul Leviskay hates is that he took 2 L's. The first one was The Rock try to step his ass in the middle of the thing and say, this is what we gonna do. And everybody said, no, hell, you ain't gonna do it. And instead of you doing what your mentor, Vince McMahon, your father-in-law, would have did, was tell us to go fuck ourselves and do whatever it is you were gonna do, you decided to pivot. And that pivot devastated you because you said, and I quote, WWE shouldn't pivot based on fan feedback on internet trends. Paul Leviskay said he has a clear direction for the company and its storylines, and they don't need to be swayed by external pressures. Strike 1. Strike 2 was all motherfucking truth. You were made to pivot. And instead of you saying, you know what, you got me, ha ha ha, you got me, you set your ass up there and say, it's all about the story. I want somebody to tell me what the fuck did him getting fired have to do anything. Did John Cena go get him? You fired 2 other people. Was that a work too? You bringing back Sarah Loney and Carlito? It's stupid and it's unnecessary and frankly, it's abusive. You're abusing the fan. You're making them feel dumb. You are making people lose confidence in the product and overall confidence in you because you're a bold-faced liar. You lied by commission. Bold-face. Bold-face. And omission. You ain't telling the whole goddamn story. This didn't have to go the way it went. And now it's a fallout and you got to deal with it. Paul Leviskay has repeatedly expressed his dislike for the term pivot when used to describe creative decisions. He argues that the internet constant demand for a pivot is based on a misunderstanding of how WWE works. Well, baby, there was a pivot when it was Daniel Bryan. There was a pivot when it was Kofi Mania. And guess what? It's a pivot now because from what I'm looking at, Truth Mania is around the corner. If anybody need to take that title off of John Cena, it'll be R-Truth. And then he can go off into the sunset if he want to. I hope he signed no more than a 1 to 2 year deal as Ron Killings. Get John Cena back on track, whoop his ass, hold that belt high, get Truth Mania going. Everybody goes home happy at WrestleMania 42 down to the Las Vegas. It books itself. I like it. And that'll teach your fucking ass a lesson. That'll teach you a lesson, Paul Leviskay. Sometimes you got to pivot, adapt, and move around. And you're not willing to do it. And that's going to injure your ass in the long run. They are going to eventually move on after all said and done if you don't get this shit together. I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.